Between the Black Sea and the Caspian, the earth rises into the sky. Here the mountain do not bow. Here the men do not kneel. Here the world do not fear. In the North Caucasus, when the mountain rise like ancient guardians, they stand proud, unbroken, eternal. There lives a creature, born of stones, snow and fire. A guardian, not made by men, not owned by lands. A guardian that is not a servant. They call him Volkodav, the wolf crusher. Lives in the highland, when the earth touched the sky, where the ridges cut the horizon into 1,000 jagged spears. He is not a dog as a city knows. He does not fetch. He does not beg. He does not live for man's amusement. He belongs to the wind, to the stone, to the snow. The shepherd of those mountains tell us, long before the first plough touched the soil, long before the first towers rise, long before the first hymn was sung in church or mosque, there was a wolf, and when there is a wolf, there must be a guardian. Not man, for man is weak before the pack. Not spears, for spears break into dark. Not yet recognized by the world official books, but it's carved into the memory of shepherds, hunters, and warriors. A dog of legend, bred for survival itself. Not a servant, not a pet, but a partner. A companion half fire, half shadow, a creature of loyalty and thunder. The mighty Kavkazsky Volkodav. In Russia it means wolf crusher, a name heavy as a granite, a name earned, never given. And today we journey into his story, a story of blood and silence, of loyalty and fear, of breed not recognized by the world, yet written into the very stone of the mountain of Caucasian. The elders say the first Volkodav was born from the she-dog that sucked on a wolf milk, half dog, half mountain, all spirit. Names are not gift, they are burdens. Volko is wolf, Dav is to crush. Not every dog earned it, only those who stood when the night was thick, when the wolves come like shadow and did not yield. In the clash of bone, flesh and fang, the wolf broke, and the mountain whispered, "This one should call a Volkodav, a real wolf crusher." The place where Europe bent toward Asia, those mountains rise like a teeth against the heaven. Life has always been a battle, a balance, a fragile line between survival and silence. For thousands of years, the predator stalked the flock of men, testing the courage of the shepherd. And so the mountain answered, as mountain always do. They give man the Volkodav, a guardian, forged not in house or canal, but in storms, in hunger, in battle beneath the stars. This guardian is not an ordinary dog. He is a force. He is a memory. He is a legend carrying in fur and fangs. A name not whispered lightly. A name not written in a book of pedigree. A name carried in the bones of shepherd, in the stories told at the fireside, in a howl that echoed through canyon. This is his story, not of one of dog, not of one of breed, but of a lion age, older than kings, older than nation. A lion age bound to the wild herd of the Caucasian itself. Thousands of years ago, as a merchant nomad crossed the rugged land, a companion followed, strong, silent, an animal forged by necessity, not by design, not canal standard, not written law, only the wild degree. The strongest survive. Against wolf, against lynx, against bear and wild boar. The Volkodav stood as a wall of muscle and courage, a guardian of life, a shadow of death for the predators. A name heavy with promise, a name heavy with blood. It is not given to puppies in play. It is not paint on canals. It is earned. It is a title, not a name. It is a crown, not a collar. It is the weight of generation balanced on the set of the shoulder. Not breed for beauty, but sculpted by hunger, by frost, by the red law of survival. The weak fell, the timid vanished, the strong endure, and among the survival rose of guardian, half wind, half stone, a creature with the silence of shadow and the thunder of the storm. A name earned in the clash of fangs, in the screams of the wolves, in the silence that follow when the flock still lives. His bark is the thunderclap. His voice echoed the valley. His standard is survival. His bloodline, courage. A name of destiny, a word that roars through valley and village. The wolf crusher has come. He walked beside nomads thousands of years ago, crossing with march along the silk of ancient trade. Through Karachay-Cherkessia, through Dagestan, through Ossetia, he followed the footstep of the man, not as a servant, not as a pet, but as an equal in burden of dangers. In Karachay-Cherkessia, he has crossed meadow green as a jade, tireless patience, his body shaped for endurance, his breath is quiet rhythm with the land. In the Dagestan, where cliffs stand with wall of gods, songs with sung on him in the ballad, his courage praised beside that of the warriors. In Ossetia, stone tower rose above mountain pass. Inside families hide from raids. At the gates, the Volkodov stood, his bark echoing like iron bells. In the Cossack plains of Rostov and Krasnodar, he waits, where no mountain shielded the flock. His watch was long, his eyes unblinking, his patience the only wall between man and wolf. The dog run when shepherd lead, where dangers prowl. Here, traditional breathe. Here the Volkodov remains eternal. One tree, two branches. The short-haired, lean, enduring, built for pursuit, for the chase across the dust and stone. Lean as a whip, run tireless under burning sun, enduring heat, enduring hunger, a storm that never faltered. Another one, carrying long fur shower, heavier, a long-haired fortress, stood like a mountain itself, immovable, broad, unafraid of snow and storm. From the long-haired came other child, the Soviet Caucasian shepherd, a dog of borders and checkpoints, a wire and connected. The dog of Red Star Kennel. But the short-haired Volkodov remained untamed. His war was not against man, but against the eternal wolf and other predators. Unbent, unbroken, the ancient spirit still alive. Every fort had its costume. Every shepherd had its own laws. To the outsider, cruelty. To the mountain man, survival. Crop it ears to hear the whisper of dangers. A short tail to sense the tremble of the night. The shepherd cropped his ear and cut the tail. It's not a cruelty, but a craft. The old costume passed through the generation. This is survival. Every scar a story, every ritual a pact with the land. They hear sharper, so no wolf could grasp him, so won't heal swift. So even in the sleep, he would sense the creeping of dangers. Each movement is a signal, so the herd reads their sentinel. At night they are chained, not in punishment, but in ritual, to learn patience, to measure the silence, to wait until the wolves come. At dawn chains are loosed, the guardian walks, and the flock follow. By the day he wandered free, drinking the wind, knowing the land. Patience is force in his heart, discipline in his silence. And when the chain fell away, the mountain of Kafkas themselves seemed to move with him. The shepherd said, "A man without a Volkodov is a travel without a road." For what is the road without protection? But survival demands proof, and so in the ancient times, trials were held in a torchlight cycle before the eyes of the village. Dog and wolf met, fang against fang, breath against breath, No cruelty, but law. The law of the mountain. The law that only the strongest may pass their blood. The crowd did not cheer. They watched, silent, knowing the future of the breed hung in each strike. But not all the story are strength. A decree was issued. A necessity, dog must be destroyed. In the time of the Soviet Union, a devastating move happened. A decree fell like a winter. Dog called it unnecessary. Were shot in the sheepfold. Whole family of Wolf Crusher erased. Their blood stained the pasture. They once the feed. The breed teetered on the edge of oblivion. Survival no longer against wolves, but against men. That was a period of doom for this masterpiece of the mountain. The wolves returned. The silence deepened. The bloodline staggered. But the river ran deep beneath stone. It waits. It finds its way. And so one man bore the torch, the Islam Dutaev. He walked ridge to ridge, through mountain and village, valley to valley, knocking on doors, through whisper and wall of silence, telling shepherd, do not let the bloodline die. Lift the taboo, breed them, let them live. Let the Volkodav be bred, shared and saved. Because the legend cannot be caged. And through his voice, the breed lives on. Because of him, the wolf crusher still walk. Because of him, the chain of generation was not broken. Today, the Volkodav grows again. Families, line, selection under the watch of sinologist. Not by size, not by coat, not by color, but by spirit, by working, strength, by courage. The wolf crusher is no showpiece. He is a function. He is a fight. He is a fidelity. A head carved like rock, jaw that snapped like iron, a chest broad, a neck thick, muscle coin beneath short, bristlet fur, not elegant but elemental, a creature unpretentious, unyielding, born for the long road, born for the cold wind, born to stand between man and his fear. A jaw that can shatter bones, a chest wide as a horizon, a coat woven against both snow and fire, the eyes that do not flinch before fear, color drawn from the land itself, gray of stone, brown of soil, white as the snow, and black of night. But the body is not enough. It is his soul that holds the flame, gentle and patient with people and child, pulling at his fur, yet merciless when the wolf prowled too near. This is the paradox of the Volkodav. Storm and silence, tenderness and terror, death to the wolf, life to the flock. This dog is not an ornament. He is not a pet. He is a sentinel of the time, a survival of silence, where the wolf eyes burn in darkness. His eyes blaze back brighter, where death wait in shadow. He become the shadow of death itself. Today no registry write his name, no polished club speaks on his standard, but the shepherds still whisper him. In Karachay he is the guardian, in Dagestan he endure, in Ossetia he is wait, in Georgia, in Chechnya, in Armenia he lives. But only the bravest could breed. Only the fiercest could pass his bloodline to the next. Only those who stood against fang and claw, who did not turn, who did not yell. The eyes of crowd judge in silence, their breath held in the cold air, their eyes fixed on the trial. One clash, one heartbeat, decide the future of the bloodline. They are not just dogs. They are the reincarnation of the warrior from the past. Since they born, they get marked with a legendary name. He is a covenant. He is a pact. He is the silence between wolf and shepherd, and the thunder that ended. The spirit of legendary warrior is marked in their soul, in the day they got the name. He is the Volkodav, the wolf crusher, the eternal guardian, and his watch is not yet done. The weakest here perished, the strongest become the legend. The promise must behold, to crush the wolf, not just in fight, but in spirit. For the wolf rules by fear. Only the Volkodav dare to stare into those eyes and not tremble. With a head like a granite, jaw that snapped like a thunder, neck of iron, with eyes that burn through the fog. He is the sentinel carved by the earthland. He does not sing the song, but the mountains sing through him. He does not seek war, but the war find him. Every step, every breath is a bond to the land. He is the silence before dawn, the roar before the storm, a living echo of wild. He was here before the kingdom, before the maps were drawn. Some says that the gods of the Caucasus breathed the spirit of the mountain eagle into those dogs. That then they fight, they don't fight as a flesh, they fight as a storm. A living verdict against the predator hunger. The old wisdom passed hands to hands, generation to generation, until it became the ritual. No vanity, no malice, but a survival law. He does not sleep, he waits. He does not hunt, he guards. He does not dream, he remembers. He remembers every battle. The mighty Kavkazski Volkodav, The pinnacle of livestock guardian dog, the strongest of all.